Want to create a questionnaire? Google Forms. Want to create a survey? Google Forms. Want to create a form? Of course, Google Forms. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that Google Forms is one of the most versatile tools on the internet, and since its launch, Google has added a bunch of useful features to it. However, boasting about features is one thing. The main question is, how do you create a form in Google Forms? Hello there, I'm Aman Rashid, you're watching Gadgets 360, and every Tuesday I bring you Office Space, our series dedicated to making your life with Office apps much easier. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and do hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever a brand new video drops. Now let's get started. To make your very first Google form, visit docs.google.com/forms. Once the site is loaded, hover over the plus icon to start creating a blank new form, or you can either choose a template. Let's select Create New Form. A plain form looks like this. There's space to add a title at the top. Below you can add a description, and finally comes this box where you can add your questions. To keep adding more questions, you just have to hit the plus icon from the toolbar at the right. Other settings include importing questions from other forms, adding a subtitle and description, adding a photo, adding a video, and lastly, creating a separate section in your form. Do note, at any given time you can always hit the preview button to see how your form looks when others open it. So now that we know the basics of Google Forms, let me show you the ways to design your form. Here's how. Hit Customize Theme to open theme options. You can then choose an image for your header. It can be a preloaded one, or you can choose to use a personal photo as well. Next, you can choose to go with the theme color of the photo, or you can set it according to your liking. Note that the background color depends on the theme color you choose. Lastly, you can choose from a total of 4 different font styles. Now that we have designed the form and we know how to add a title and description, let's take a look at the different field options. After making your entry in the question field, you can choose how you want others to answer your questions. The options include short answer, which is perfect for giving a one-line answer, and there's paragraph that asks the respondent for a detailed answer. Below that, you can even set the answer type to be as multiple choice, checkboxes, or drop down. Moving on, you can also select linear if you want to set a scale for your respondents, offering them to choose from lower to higher options. If you wish to have more columns and rows in multiple choice questions, you can set multiple choice grid or checkbox grid. You can also ask respondents to answer in the form of adding files. These can be photos, videos, documents, etc. You can choose to set the maximum number of files as well as the maximum file size limit. By the way, if your question demands asking the specific date and time, you can also choose date and time respectively. Finally, if you want to create a duplicate field, you can do that by hitting duplicate. You can also remove a particular field by hitting delete. So that is how you create a form, which basically can be a questionnaire or a survey. But what do you do if you want to create a quiz? Follow these steps. To transform your form into a quiz, go to Settings, hit the Quizzes tab, and enable Make this a quiz. Below you can choose if you want the respondents to get the results immediately or you would want to reveal it later manually. You can also select what your respondent can see in the form of missed questions, correct answers and point values. After hitting save, under every question that you have put up in your quiz, you need to assign the correct answer and the points for it. So you hit the answer key, mark the correct answer, assign the points, add answer feedback, which is optional, and hit done. Now whenever a respondent gives the correct answer, they will automatically be rewarded with full points. Of course, you can only check that by going to the Responses tab. Now that I've shown you how to create a form, design it, present it as a quiz or a survey, let me show you how to collaborate with others in making your form, and finally, how do you share it with others? Follow these steps. Collaborating on your Google form is pretty easy. You simply hit the three dots icon in the top right and click Add Collaborators. You can then add the email IDs of people with whom you want to collaborate with. Or you can also copy the link and share it via third-party apps such as WhatsApp Web or Messenger. So once you are all set and ready to share your form, simply hit send to share your form via email, or you can even send it as a link. You can also shorten the URL just in case if you want to. Besides, there's also an embed option if you want to put out the form on your website. All of your Google Forms can be accessed from your Google Drive, or you can even visit the Google Forms website to access them. So to evaluate a particular form, follow these steps. Open your Google form that you'd like to evaluate. Once it is loaded, go to the Responses tab. The first thing you need to do here is to disable accepting responses so that the respondents can't make further changes. Besides, you can check the Summary tab to look at the performance of all the respondents. The Question tab lets you evaluate the responses by selecting each question one by one. Finally, the Individual tab lets you evaluate the individual performance of each respondent. This is the all you need to know guide about Google Forms. Share your thoughts in the comments if you think I missed something, or if you have any query, let me know. I'll try to answer them for you. As always, smash the like button if you found this video helpful and share this video with others. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and for all things tech, log on to gadgets360.com.